Hi guys, I'm Marissa Schultz, author of The Rise High Investor. I have been investing in property since I was 18 and I've seen firsthand how property investment can allow you to have the wealth, financial stability and financial freedom that you dream of. Everything I've learned is in this book, but we are bringing you short snippets every week via video with some quick tips and tools to empower you to achieve all of your property investment goals. I hope you enjoy them. Today, I'm going to share with you my personal property investment strategy. It is a question that I get asked often. People like to know what my property investment strategy has been. As I said, I have been investing since I was 18, and that's been a couple of decades, so you do the maths. But basically, my investment strategy is quite boring, but very low risk and conservative, just to reflect the nature of property investor I am, and I like the buy and hold strategy. Basically, what that means is I buy property and I hold it. I hold it for long term without an intention to sell it. That really works for me because I'm a lazy investor. I like the set and forget approach. I enjoy filling my days with other things that I'm really interested and passionate about, like my work and my kids and my family. So I want an investment strategy that's low maintenance and low risk. I also like the buy and hold strategy because it forces me to think about my investment journey as a long-term journey rather than short-term, and I believe that property is a long-term wealth creation strategy. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I do try and avoid get-rich-quick schemes. In fact, I do always avoid get-rich-quick schemes. So property investment for me is a long-term wealth creation strategy. If you are looking at it as a long-term strategy, when I say long-term, I'm meaning 15, 20 years plus, then it's very low risk, very predictable, and very beneficial to help you to achieve your long-term goals. I also love the buy and hold strategy because I am able to avoid the high cost of buying and selling. In Australia, we get penalised with stamp duty when we buy a property and capital gains tax when we sell an investment property, let alone all of the other costs associated. So by buying and holding, I'm able to avoid all of those costs. I guess as my investment journey has evolved and my confidence has grown and my risk tolerance has grown, I have been really had a lot of fun delving into subdivisions and developments and things like that. But underlying all of that has been the buy and hold strategy. So even where I have done a subdivision or a development, I have chosen to retain and hold on to those end product properties, which has really worked quite well for me and many of the people that I know. There are two key things that you need to get right to make the buy and hold strategy work for you. Firstly, you need to find the right property in the right location. So myself personally, I prefer lower risk property. So I look in metro rather than regional. I do avoid regional. I look for properties that have all the essentials around them that tenants are going to want. So that includes, transport, hospitals, employment, shops, all of those sorts of things. And I also make sure that I look for low risk area and large land parcels. I love land. I believe land is where the value is and land is what appreciates over the long term. So I love buying the biggest piece of land that I can find in the area that I want to buy in. The other very, very key essential that you need to ensure that the buy and hold strategy will work for you is that you must manage your cash flow. There is no point buying a property that you can't afford to keep. You need to be able to keep the property long enough to be able to make the gain. So buying a property that is going to be highly negatively geared and taking, making a big hole in your pocket every week, every fortnight, every month is going to be a recipe for disaster, and you'll likely be forced to sell it before you actually realize the gains. So that's basically, in a nutshell, summary is it's not a get rich quick scheme, but it is a very good low risk, low maintenance strategy for growing your wealth and passive income long term whilst avoiding unnecessary cost. So thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, please get in touch. I will personally respond to any comments or questions left on this on this post. And I will also accept any private emails. If you've got a private question, you can email me at propertyinvestor@risehigh.com.au. As a special thank you for tuning in, you can actually grab a copy of my book from risehighinvestor.com.au for half price. It will be only $14.95 with the special discount code word video 2018. So hop onto the website risehighinvestor.com.au and put in the code word video 2018 and you can get your special copy. There's also a huge amount of bonuses that you can access, which are very, very valuable to help you with your investment journey. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.